Alright, we got Dynamite tonight. It's August 10th. 3 hours before the show. Quake by the Lake. The way TK is tweeting, he's inferring that something big is gonna happen on this show. Now, this is without me looking at no dirt sheets, no forums, no nothing. I do feel like we're gonna get some sort of return. I'm not gonna speculate. I'll let you do that. But I think it's gonna be a good show tonight. My only pet peeve about Dynamite in general is that sometimes, Tony Khan, I love you, but you put too many damn matches on these cards, and the main event gets rushed, and it suffers. It happened with Jericho and Kingston in that barbed wire everywhere match. It happened with that coffin match that Darby Allin had with Andrade. Stop booking 6 matches on these shows. Even if one or two of those matches are glorified squashes or squashes, like tonight. I'm not going to tell you which ones, but you can kind of see which ones. That's nice, but it hurts the show because that crunch. Y'all go off the air at 10:02. You can't fool me. You go off at 10:02 Eastern time. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. I'm tired of that. When you get them negotiations with Warner, TK, you gotta get a 5-minute overrun. You need 5 minutes if you're gonna put 6 matches on this card or on these Dynamite cards. But if not, don't do that, because it hurts the show. It hurts the quality of the show, and I hate to see it because it happens every week. It happens every week almost. Yes, I'm ranting. I don't care. This is a rant. I had to get it off my chest. I love AEW, but I hate that. That I hate. Because I remember Raw, Monday Night Raw used to get that 11:07, that 7-minute overrun. And in 2001, when I started to see Raw on cable for the first time, they went off at 11:14 sometimes. I don't know how much more money they had to pay the network to stay on the air that long for another 7 minutes. Crazy. Sometimes they went off at like 11:17, 11:18. They had an 18-minute overrun, depending on what happened on the show. I don't know if that's a money thing, or TK need to get that in negotiations. Go off at 10:07. Nothing comes on TBS after, okay, besides like the NHL games over there. But when it's not the NHL games, usually it's like a movie or The Accountant or something that comes on after. I'm like, bro, like y'all couldn't stay on. Y'all can let them stay on till 10:05, bro. 10:07, something. It's always 10:02. I keep watch. I'm not stupid. I just hate when great matches that are in the main event get rushed. That's why they be putting those main event matches on first sometimes, because they know, A, that's going to catch everybody's attention, because at the beginning of the show, that's when the most people are going to be watching, with that lead-in with the Big Bang Theory. But also, the main event gets crunched a lot of the time. It happened to Grand Slam last year, you know? That's just a little rant. It's annoying, it really is. But like, for example, tonight, it's like, okay, we got the world title match, Mox Jericho 2. We got the coffin match, Darby Allin, Brody King. Cool. We got the Lucha Bros against Andrade's group, right? That's 3. Madison Rain and Jade, right? TBS title. That's 4. FTR is going to have a match. It's not going to be long, but they're going to have a match. I don't think it's necessary, but I love FTR. It's great. But at one point, you're putting too much on the show. Because then you add Ricky Starks and Aaron Solo. Some history there. That's 6 matches. Mind you, I just told you all the matches. Off the top of my head, I just told you the card. That's not including any other backstage vignette or segment they do. But the last two weeks, it seemed like they've listened to the feedback and have didn't, put the show at 100,000 miles an hour. They've slowed it down a bit. So maybe they'll have time to flesh out the 6 matches. Maybe they have time. We'll have to see. I'll wait and see on it. I'm just ranting on the stuff I've seen in the past 2 years. In the past that I've seen. Now, how I think they're going to format the show, they're probably going to start the show with the coffin match. Which I would like, because the last one got rushed when it was in the main event. And, I mean, the coffin match ain't main event over the world title, so it would make sense to start the show with the coffin match, bookend it with the title match. And that would make them book smarter because they're not going to rush a world championship match. They haven't done that before, so I feel like they're going to know exactly what they're doing by the time they get to that point. But time management is a thing with AEW sometimes. As somebody who hates to be late, I notice that a lot. So, yeah, trying to figure that out. Like, we see what's going to happen. And, you know, I just wanted to rant a little bit about that, half jokingly, but also going into All Out, I do think somebody's going to return tonight, and it's going to make the show 100 times better than it's been. But regarding the World Championship match, I was thinking about and looking through and seeing scenarios people were talking about that involved Eddie Kingston. Now, and I didn't think about it, really, but what could you do? We know that CM Punk's, I would say, bitter rival so far in AEW is Eddie Kingston. Or if you want to say nemesis, because that's more like hate, but you know what I mean. Everybody wants to see that rematch. Do you have Mox win here tonight against Jericho? Take the title and All Out. Beat whoever. I'm not sure who. At this point, I have no idea. Who would you have him challenge for? Personally, I would say Malachi Black, but that's another subject for another day. You have Mox get through All Out. If Punk can't go at All Out, you have Mox retain the title against whoever. Right? Or in this scenario, Punk is back. He faces Mox. Who do you have win? Do you give it to Jon Moxley? Do you have Mox beat Punk? I don't think Punk's going to get beat his first night back. He just won the title, and then he had to sit out. So I don't know. I don't think he's beating Jon Moxley cleanly, without any kind of shenanigans or chicanery in there somewhere, but, you know, that's... But let's just leave it up to chance here. Let's say Punk can't make All Out. Mox goes to All Out, beats whoever, advances on the Grand Slam, right? Which is in New York. You know, Eddie Kingston's playground, right? I know one of Eddie's ideal moments would be to face Mox for the belt in New York and beat him there. It's possible if that happens. Or does Jericho take the title tonight against Moxley? He takes it into All Out. I don't know who he faces. He beats that person. He goes to Grand Slam. He gets Eddie in a rematch. Eddie ends the feud, takes the title from Jericho in his own hometown. Or home state, whatever you want to call it. It's home state. That's cool too. I think the overall, the main key component is Eddie Kingston. He's linked to all three of these guys. Think about it. He's bitter rivals with CM Punk. He has unfinished business against Chris Jericho. He's good friends with Jon Moxley. All will be great matches. Different circumstances, but all will be great in their own right. Which tells you how awesome Eddie Kingston is. But I think all those scenarios are great. I think all these scenarios should literally end with Eddie Kingston at Grand Slam, beating whoever it is. That's just what I see. I could be wrong about that, but I think Grand Slam should end with Eddie Kingston holding up that world championship based on whoever he's facing. That's me. I think that's a cool little scenario. That part of it, I kind of made up myself. I was just thinking about. I saw people kind of hinting towards it, you know, but it'd be cool. But that's my little preview for Dynamite tonight. A little rant about what they could do to fix things, and they got to step their game up. Seeing as what happened. Shout out to you in the comments. What do you think is going to happen tonight on Dynamite or in the coming weeks? It's your boy Tay Fresh. We love pro wrestling over here. We love basketball over here. We love video games over here. So keep coming back to the channel. We're putting out a bunch of content today, aren't we? You know, I'm not doing nothing fancy. These are just videos. So I'm having fun with it. So, you know, much love to you. Appreciate you. Take care. Peace, love, positivity. And don't let the hate get you down. Stay fresh. Peace.